Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 1 replay. Small on top left side as a Panzer Elite force, we've got Kuda Lettoy. Well, I butchered that name well enough. Small on south side as US forces, we've got Sonic_Stall. Is that the German version of Sonic the Hedgehog? Either way. Going straight for the fuel sector, so maybe I'm for some fast 2-2s, or faster 2-2s. Though, do you want to get the high or medium yield munitions or fuel point there?
Infantry section ready.
More Panzergrenadiers now being employed to fuel, or maybe we're going to be trying to eye for this medium yield, so looks like we're going to try to go for faster 2-2s or some sort of fuel-based play by getting this fuel sector. Triple engineer deployed in the field, all heading up north. True, I can see that can be quite frustrating, but also without it, their Minesweeper squad is locked behind a tech structure that's not necessarily easy to get. Oh yeah, they pop up from the HQ, and once you get a pile of units, they're very vulnerable to high explosive. So we got a quadruple engineer opener into barracks. Interesting. Quadruple engineer is definitely a bit more rare. Going straight for the fuel sector, we'll need to get the strategic point captured first in order to get supplies going. Sanic equals Alexander. That I would not have guessed. What? I just know that people like nickname like Sonic the Hedgehog like Sanic the Hedgehog. What does that mean? It's like the whole meme of just type in any name, the hedgehog, and voila, you got it. So that'll be Alexander the Hedgehog. Okay. That's probably getting a little bit too stupid of a joke.
Ready for all group. I've secured the objective.
What? If Sanic equals Alexander, what is Sanic, or Sanic? What is the host original language? Engineers getting hit by the Panzergrenadiers. They may be behind heavy cover, but engineers do just soft retreat behind to light cover to draw them out of cover. Oh, it shouldn't be easy to get. Brits have so many advantages in the early game, and it has linear progression to victory that you don't hammer them. They just explode until you die. I don't know what the developers were thinking of the Brits for... Yeah, Brit's whole game design is horrible. I'm not talking about the mobile HQs. Though, to be honest, it's sort of weird how those trucks can bounce ammo or bounce tank rounds. But more the fact that they don't have an easy access to AT. Piats are unreliable, in my opinion, versus the German heavy panzers, but they have a really bad hit or miss rate, really bad accuracy. Yeah, Brits is, of all the factions, Company Heroes 1 that needs a redesign, it would definitely be Brits. I also don't like the fact that you have to spend munitions to heal up your units. I think that's one thing nice about Company Heroes 2, that medics are something that should be a baseline asset you should be able to get. Russian version, stall probably means steal. Yeah. Oh yeah. Stalin, Man of Steel. It's either Brits sits on the VPs all game with emplacements you can't do anything against unless you spam unless you send your structs on which they just counter with their infantry swarm. Yep. Oh, not to mention how the Brits infantry designs just focus on blobbing. You have to have a lieutenant in your formation, so you have to have one lieutenant to support a big formation infantry units, or you have to get scope rifles, which actually does reduce their capability in some aspects as well. Like, in order for your units just to be pushed out onto sectors, you just have to have a lieutenant nearby just to convince them to jog. It's ugh. I also really hate it when it's a team game and it's Brits and Americans. Americans still benefit from the Brits locked sectors even if you cut off the... Yeah, then it also acts as a fly drop-off point. Yeah, the British faction is a faction of gimmicks. They're basically the Protoss of Computers 1. A faction of gimmicks.
Squad has secured the victory point. Go ahead. Build orders complete. We await your command.
Panzer Command now deployed on the field.
A munitions depot to the enemy. Scout car ready for combat. We are losing a sector.
Do now have a scout car deployed in the field. I do hear a Jeep. Yep, Jeep hits the Panzer Grenadiers a little bit. We do have a 221 straight forward. Panzer Grenadiers rotating around. If the Americans don't have connections to the territory, they should not get the resources, so it feels pointless playing Scorched Earth or harassing cutoff points. It doesn't really matter. It's more or less the design of just how British drop-off points work. Since income is shared, they never programmed a split map capability. It's actually the same way in Cup Heroes 2, that there are just certain sectors labeled command as count as a supply drop-off point that's shared across your team. We do have now the Jeep going on down. As we're just pushing forward, got the rifle squad in some heavy cover, but they're a little bit overwhelmed. The wounded Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back, along the other Panzer Grenadiers just rip apart the riflemen. Engineers come to the sectors up north. We still have 4 engineers in the field. So 1 rifleman, 1 sniper, 4 engineers. She's gone to both the support weapon center and the barracks. There's a whole British campaign. I think they were just doing experimental design, something a bit more drastic.
Grenadiers, welcome to our Schützentrupp. Ready to move into action.
Wait, did the Jeep already go down? I guess the Jeep went down right there. Sorry, I missed that. And Lotus Panzer Support Command got partially built and needs to continue building it, but actually misrouted the unit there. Got a 2-2 sort of parked here as well. Need to do a bit of cleaning up on the base sector. Yeah, there is no cutting off, or you have to cut off away from the British forward HQ, and not from whatchamacallit, and not able to just cut off normally. And that's one reason why I think Brits also need to be redesigned. You can go for forward HQ, but you should also make it so you don't have to go for forward HQ. Like, there's a large number of things I think Brits just needs to be reworked on. Cypher does connect onto the Panzer Grenadiers.
We have gained the momentum on the field.
And I mentioned we got a US landmine here. There's a large number of units sort of just have overlapping roles. Like, why is there both I think a Stuart and a Stag Hound should be bulletins to be swapped between the two. Why on earth are they separate units? I'm not talking about the bug where the Pinto mount is constantly firing and can cause suppression. That's something bugs should simply just be eliminated. Oh, did not manage to sweep this here. Must have just stayed out of its radius. So yeah, that's one of the weird things, like how the stack, there's 3 overlapping units between the Stuart, the Staghound, and the Tetrarch. Sure, Tetrarch can be forward deployed, but it is quite difficult to do that multi-flare due to this long deployment cost. Even if it gets, say, one last command point deployed in the field, I don't know if that'd be great because that may arrive too early. Maybe the Tetrarch glider could also bring in other assets. or at least allow the Tetrarch, upon selecting the commando doctrine, you have an option of deploying Tetrarchs from the infantry support building without the captain. I think that'd be a good way to mix it up a little bit. Kaliningrad getting shredded by all the engineers. Kaliningrad has gone down. Best use of Burgundy to get that recovered. Upgraded Panzer IV commands now available. So we may see a short-barreled Panzer IV. He has a lot of resources stockpiled up, so a short-barreled Panzer IV is possible. And don't think we've seen what doctrines he's gone for, so maybe Tank Hunter to go for some Hetzers to go along with it. Light TF track, quite understandable. I think that self-repairability is because engineers are not available in the initial HQ truck. That I think is a bit more was supposed to be designed as a hot fix, workaround. Because they didn't have sappers in that structure. So I think that was a technical limitation, reason why they added that ability. You looks like I hear you a sniper somewhere over here. Oh, it's inside the garrison itself. Oh, that's a Hellcat. That's a pretty early Hellcat. Those lose a rifleman squad. You now pull out Martyrs. 2-2 has gone down. He does have extra light ATF track on the field. Sends a miss there. Light ATF track forward. He does not have access to tank busters. He does not have that structure. He's booting that structure now. We're going to see some crit shots soon. Destroyed engine crit. Fully immobilized. Needs to get back on off because he's about to get shelled. Behind the train now. Continue going this way. Don't get shot. The left exposed. With that turnaround there, he should have immediately just go behind the train and continue going that way. One thing they could have also, they wanted to keep the repairability, is saying that you can only use it while in territory, in supply. Have you thought about running KK or recovered counter? Sorry, I think that came a little bit broken. I'm not so sure what you're meaning.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
I think that came a little bit broken. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Double flame engineers moving around.
Company has reported in and is ready to be deployed.
Also, other things that could help prevent the Brennan carrier repair is also say can't be in combat. Those are some flags, at least in Couple Heroes 2, that if set, it denies abilities. You can set. He means Kaliningrad. Oh. Yeah, you can, it's one of the jokes I like to do is, oh, Kaliningrad goes down, use a Burgundy to cover, because you can do that. Doesn't mean you should, but I'm just saying you can. Okay, oh no, a counter, as in like a number counter for Kaliningrad. I think it's been 1 or 2 across 3 years. Yeah, it's been very few. Sorry, it took me a moment to realize what you're talking about. Oh, but those are Shimwagons, not Kaliningrads. Totally different units. I'm pretty sure I will haunt everybody with that to quote. Oh, finds Hellcat. Definitely a Hellcat. After all, it's definitely a nightmare if you would have a vehicle pop out in the middle of nowhere. Like that. And may get destroyed by one more Panzer shot. Does not take it out. If you would have sprint after it, he probably could have picked it off. 2 dudes pushing forward. Got flame engineers. Oh, there's a sniper. If that sniper would have just tried to back off of there, it would have been safe. hitting the retreat button that actually doomed it. Panzer Grenadier is heading down south. We do have a 30 cal placement here. Do have a US landmine here. Engineers are repair up the Hellcat. Don't be too aggressive with that. Also, Hellcat camo is ridiculous. Why does it have the same detection radius as a Kettograd, but the Funkbach gets spotted from 20 meters away? Not sure. Yeah, honestly, the Hellcat, I think it's one of those things that the Hellcat just doesn't need the camouflage ability. Like, there's no reason why that's should be in the game. It's not wait and see ambush, it's the immobile ambusher. M10's mostly firepower and strength. Hellcat's mostly speed. That's not camouflage.
To be even weaker than we thought.
Which is honestly sort of ironic. The M10 is equipped with 76mm. We're pretty sure the Hellcat's most good number of versions, including the version that's in game, is 90mm as well. Shouldn't that be the firepower one? Though, to be fair, M10s are not a mobile unit either. The M10 was supposed to be a replacement for the, like, was it M3 GMC half-track? It's like the half-track with a 75mm cannon in the back of it. Similar to, I think, the Sherman or even the Pack Hauser Scott. So the M10 actually has a very, very poor turret rotation speed. It was an unpowered turret. Panzer Grenadiers do get wiped out. So any game that has M10 with fast turret rotation is historically inaccurate. Do have early Panthers now pulled in the field. True, but of course the Veteran C keeping them alive is far more effective because a Veteran C3 Pershing, if you ever get one in the field, becomes a wooden condition of its own. Well, Wehrmacht Veteran C is weak, but queued up through upgrades. And the Panzer Elite upgrades are, of course, choosable for a bit more focus. And then you got the Brits who just oh, I got an aura that buffs up to a stupid degree and promotes blobbing. There's also a lot of myths gets portrayed in this game, like Panzer IVs having good armor, when in actuality the Sherman tanks had better armor. Yeah, the Company was one that does play a lot of biases. Panther's been known to also historically have good front armor, but their side armor is worse than even a Sherman's side armor. And of course, side armor wasn't introduced into the game until Company Wars 3, and too bad that was a horrible game. Engage in the bunker here, in which if a shot strays really bad, hits the structure there, could detonate a landmine underneath it. Trying to repair it on up to stall it out. Another Panther pushed forward over here. The observation post, got a landmine here that he's also avoiding. Do you have a tank depot, of course, here? Maybe going for another Hellcat? No motor pool for M1 AT guns. Also, the Hellcat's not a tank. It's a self-propelled gun. Finds all three landmines and not actually too much damage, honestly. Hellcat does get a bounce, gets a pen there. Historically, that would have been a lethal shot. Hellcat does go down. I think it's also a bit of a, when it comes to balance, I think there's a bit of a design philosophy that's a bit bad in Company Heroes. While some games does warrant like, oh, better early game versus better late game as a concept, it's actually not a great idea in Company Heroes since the games are designed to be very long and not to be closed out in an instant. So early games will fine, but late game ones just last for far longer than most other RTSs. The whole early game, late game mechanic should have been toned down a bit. Maybe I should do some time to update my mod in Couple Heroes 2 and do another showcase of it. Got double sniper here, both camouflage. Of course, they can't do much versus Panthers. Hellcat gets a pen there, very nice. But what if we re-camouflage in time? Gets a bounce there. Get some more bounces. Another Panther pushes way forward. This one's at full health. This one needs a lot of repairs. So to a certain extent, yes. Actually, there's some balancing issues with Kane's Wrath. There's if you include the community patches with fixed a lot of bug issues. Oh, got a sector artillery rating on in. Gets a good shot there, so Scorcher selected. There is a big complaint about Scrin. Scrin hexapods lanes too much, and since you have a lot of the eradicators for healing it up, and the ability that has the salvage aura, it makes it a little bit too much laney. And then of course, I think the people don't like the rage generator for the Redeemer. Well, the Morv is just good, as it's bulky, it's generous. You get a reduced amount of Tiberium income by eating all the crystals like that, which makes it a bit more balanced. Reduce income for quick income. Nope, does take out one of those units there. And ironically, Reaper 17, as rare as people play it, is actually people think the extra conversion reserves for them is a little bit overpowered as well. Yep, I was casting some Kane's Wrath for a little bit of time, but doing that off stream, and I just sort of, I was overworking myself trying to do more Command and Conquer stuff. I do like casting Kane's Wrath, but it's just the thing is like, how many games do I want to cast? What games do I want to drop? That sort of thing. Couple Heroes 1 and 2, of course, highly sought after, at least with my current community. Ketagrad has gone down. Best use of Burgundy to get that recovered. Hellcat does go down there. And of course, I do want to focus more on Age of Mythology and 4, since those, of course, newer games that have more active development, all that sort. Plus, I do love those games as well. If anything, maybe drop Advanced Wars, but I also do get some good interaction with Advanced Wars, both Days of Ruin. So right now, it's just one of those things like I'm at capacity what I can do. Supreme Commander Forge Alliance, very good. Though I have not played Supreme Commander, what's it called? Forever? Forge Alliance Forever, FAF. But I do love Supreme Commander FA. And also that's the origin of Show Me the Way memes. Even though people don't realize that all the terminology actually did come from Supreme Commander, which what was it called? The Ugandan film? Which inspired the Ugandan Knuckles meme. I think a lot of that dialogue came from Supreme Commander, a lot of the inference for it. That's a whole rabbit hole in itself. Got it. Got double medic station there, which is quite unusual. I'm not sure he's doing that. I don't know what he's doing in general. Let's switch to the US player. I think the US player sort of just gave up. He has field repair. This is this Pershing line. He needs a little bit more command points for the Pershing, so he's just trying to solve the Pershing. He does have some command points to work, VPs, tickets to work with. 201. Going for another medic station here. I have no idea what he's doing.
200 points. Our front lines are collapsing.
Gets a good number of units crushed there. He has enough command points for the Pershing now. At this point in time, now retreat back the engineers, save some manpower, get out of the Pershing, I guess. Social wars, social empires, I'm guessing mean real life stuff. All that I know is avoid all socialism. One RTS I like is, yep. I tried doing a bit of the casting bit of that and tried to do like a retroactive like giant tank games for Allied Earth Assault, but the game kept on crashing on me and I sort of rage quit. Not to mention that the game has really bad memory leaks. Definitely a fun game. Wish it was explored a bit more. Pershing takes some damage there. I mean, the Hierarch's walkers was just fun. Ironically, the elite of the Lanteans as a faction is just a little bit stale compared to the other two, ironically. But it looks like the game's effectively over. Lately, I've just been playing a lot of Stellaris.
We're losing ground out there. Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply. Got hostiles in the compound. Base is under attack.
Triple Panthers pushing his way forward. Another Panther over here. Can I grab a kitchen over here? At this one time, I just don't understand why the US players are still in the game. Just back out of the game. And that is the end of the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.